Stormy, you recently sat down with a forensic artist, a very well-known one, who created a sketch of the alleged suspect based on your memory from that day, and now you're ready to reveal that sketch for the first time. Can we take a look at that with you?
Oh.
There you go.
And to your recollection, is that the person that threatened you?
Absolutely.
Looks exactly like that person?
Stormy, why did you feel like you couldn't go to the police originally when you were threatened?
Well, two things. First of all, I was scared. It was expressly what he told me not to do. And I went home and like regrouped and I was going to, because I always feel like you should stand up for yourself and you should report it. But the problem with that in this particular instance I would have gone to the police and would have gone, okay, a man approached me. This is what he said to me. He told me to leave, leave Mr. Trump alone. And their very next question, the detective would have asked me, why would somebody tell you to leave Mr. Trump alone? And I would have had to answer that question, which was not public at the time. And I would have had to tell an entire police department, and police reports are public record. I know that for a fact. I had sex with Donald Trump. And then the whole world would have known, and I was in the process of trying to quiet that or figure out what to do, and honestly, I was just afraid, and I didn't want everyone to know. I didn't want my family to find out that way. I didn't want my life turned upside down.
When you were speaking to news organizations, though, and Michael, maybe you can talk to this too, including ABC, you never brought up the threat. So why now?
Because I knew I would be asked the question that you were asked. You just asked me, like, why didn't you say anything? And I did tell quite a few people, actually, from back then. And
who did you tell?
I told family members and 2 friends and people that I worked with.
And I mean, it's obvious she just didn't sit down with this sketch artist and, fabricate this. I mean, this is a very detailed sketch, and it was created by a woman by the name of Lois Gibson. She has the world record for the most identification. She works with the FBI and law enforcement all around the country, and she found Stormy to be very credible and is highly confident in the sketch, and we hope that it's going to result
I'm in awe of your memory. And this was how many years ago?
It was 7 years
ago. And
you
remembered to that detail. I mean, he looks like an actor, sort of.
That's why he stood out to me, is because I thought, honestly, that he was, sort of handsome. And when I saw him when I was parking, I was like, oh, that's somebody's husband. He's
you don't expect
cute.
somebody threatening you to be handsome.
I want to finish answering my question to Megan. Honestly, one of the main reasons I didn't say anything is because I didn't tell my husband. At the time. I didn't want him to be upset with me. And then I felt like, honestly, so much time had passed, I was embarrassed to say something and have him say.
But your husband knew about the incident with you and Trump
at that point
in California. He did not.
At that point in time, he didn't know. And so to go home and be like, I had this guy attack me. Oh, and by the way, he did this because of this. And I didn't want him to think I was a bad mom or that I'd put our daughter in danger. I just didn't know.
Michael, have you handed this sketch over to the authorities?
Yeah, we're not in a position to really get into who we've shared it with or what the contacts have been, et cetera. But what we will say is this, is that we're offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification of this man. And if people go to idthethug@gmail.com, they can send us the information that they have. ID the thug.
Did you come up with that?
Yes, I did. ID the thug at gmail.com. If you send us information that you have, and if you positively identify him, we're going to pay you $100,000 because we want to get to the bottom of who this is. We think we know who sent him.
You do.
But we want to confirm it.
Well, I just need to make a legal note real quickly. The sketch is not evidence that underlying story is true. Just need to put that out there.